Hello everyone. Welcome to Clasital's IELTS Academic Reading Flowchart Completion questions. Today I will be your teacher. My name is Ms Cenk. Let me see who we have. Hi Sappo. Let me share. Welcome everyone. Let me share my screen with you so we can start slowly. Let me go to the page 1. Yes. Today, we will look at flowchart completion questions and answer. I will be sharing with you some tips and strategies, and we will see some texts and questions. In total, I have prepared 3 passages for you, but it will depend on the time too. Okay, let's move on to tips and strategies. You should choose the words from the text, so you don't have to change them. You will directly take them and copy them to the flowchart. But watch out for the correct form. Maybe it can be in the questions. It can be a noun, a word, or an adjective. So pay attention to the form of the word. Luckily, in this question type, the questions come in order. Let's let's imagine it that way. Let's first continue with what is flowchart. Flowchart means a person will be telling about something about a process. There will be a process. Maybe let's imagine it as a recipe or something like a for a meal. So there is a process. It is like in the continuum, it is going. So the questions come in order, and like they are telling you a process of the events. So you will answer them, like you will find the answer for the question 1 in here and the question for the question 2 here. So after you find the answer for the question 1, question 2 answer will come. So if you miss an answer, so look for 2 questions at once. And if you miss the answer of one question, and let's say you find the answer for the question 2, look before, like above of the that answer, because your answer will be there, not after. And as always, pay attention to the word limit. In the word limit, it will say to you how many words you should write, and if you exceed that word limit, your answer uh, wouldn't accept as correct, even if your answer is correct. Let's say it says like do not write more than 2 words, and let's say you are writing 3 words. Dark Knight. Let's say our answer is Dark Knight, but you are writing the Dark Knight, so it makes 3 words, and your answer will be counted as wrong. And always look for capital letters. It is very important. If you are not certain about which letter you should write in capital, just write them all in capital and it will accept it as true. But if the answer should start with a capital letter, and if you are writing with a small letter, your answer will be accepted as wrong. So like the person's names, places, or the organization names will be written with capital letters. I hope everything is okay till now. Yes. Let's see our questions. First, we should check. First, we should check the questions. Let me see. Complete the flowchart below. Choose no more than 2 words from the passage for each answer. Write your answer in boxes. Okay, most probably our your flowchart questions will be look like this. Let me see how a caloric restriction mimetic works. You don't have to know all of the answers, all of the words, vocabulary here, but you should just know the main idea of it. Let's see. CR mimetic, less something is processed, protection of ATF is decreased. Theory 1, cells less damaged by disease because fewer something are emitted. So I should look for a noun here. There should be a noun. Fewer something are emitted. And theory 2, cell focus on something because food is in short supply. Maybe cell focus on working, for cells focusing on studying something. So maybe I should look for something verb ing form. And we have 1, 2, 3. Less a noun is processed, less calorie is processed, a noun. And 2, cells less damaged by the disease because fewer something is emitted. Okay. Now I will be sharing with you from the chat so you can see the questions and we will look at the reading parts together. I think it looks okay. Let me see. I see. Maybe should I read it? Maybe. Okay, let's read it. My first question is how a caloric restriction mimetic works. CR mimetics, less something is processed and production of ATP is decreased. Let me look at the. Yes. No treatment on the market today has been proved to slow human aging. But one intervention, consumption of low calories yet nutritionally balanced diet, work incredibly well in a broad range of animals, increasing longevity and prolonging good health. Those findings suggest that caloric restriction could delay aging and increase longevity in humans too. But what if someone could create a pill that mimicked the psychological effect of eating less without actually forcing people to eat less? A caloric restriction mimetic. So, and I am looking for the keywords too. It said like how a caloric restriction mimetic works, less something is processed. And I will be looking the synonyms of these words. Less, maybe it can be like small amount. Process can be something like something different. I will look for it in the passage. The best studied candidate for the caloric restriction mimetic 2DG works by interfering with the way cells process glucose. It has proved toxic at the some doses in animals and so cannot be used in humans. But it has demonstrated that chemicals can replicate the effects of caloric restriction. The trick is finding the right one. Cells use the glucose from food to generate ATF, the ATP, the molecule that powers many activities in the body. By limiting food intake, by limiting food intake, caloric restriction minimize the amount of glucose entering cells and decrease ATF generation. Okay, and my question says production of ATP is decreased. And I see here decrease ATP generation. And it says here by limiting food intake, caloric restriction, minimize means small, less, the amount of glucose entering cells and decrease ATP generation. So my answer to the question one is glucose. I hope that you can see it. Hi. Let me send the yes. Let me send the question again. Okay. Now I am looking at question 2. It says theory 1 cells less damaged by disease because fewer blah blah are emitted. Fewer calories are emitted. So I will look for a noun and I will say theory 1 cell less damaged by disease. I will look for the keywords. One possibility for I'm looking for the paraphrasing and synonym, and I can take that possibility is taken as theory. Yes, one possibility relates to ATP making. Let's see the question again. Cells less damaged by disease because fewer blah blah are emitted. Let's see the question. One theory, one possibility relates to the ATP making machinery emission of free radicals, which are thought to contribute to aging and such age related diseases as cancer by damaging cells. So it makes my emission of free radicals. I can just fewer free radicals are emitted. Yes. Sorry. I lost it. Okay, let's continue. My question 3 says self it says theory 2 cells focus on something because food is in short supply. Cell focus on something. Let's see what are they focused. One possibility, okay, blah blah blah. Another hypothesis. Again, I'm looking for the synonyms and paraphrasing, and this is my synonym. For the theory, they have used hypothesis. Another hypothesis suggests that decreased processing of glucose could indicate to the cells that food is scarce. Scarce is means like less, like they're just a little, and induce them to shift into an anti-aging mode that emphasizes preservation of the organism over such luxuries as growth and reproduction. Self-focus on, in here it says preservation. So it makes my answer preservation. Okay, this passage was for to show you an example, and we will now in the second passage we will do the activity together. And this was from a reading passage 3, so it is the most difficult one in the IELTS exam, in the IELTS academic reading. So As you can see, you can directly take the words from the passage and you can copy them. I am not changing anything. I'm looking for the keywords and I am copying and pasting it. Even in the computer-based exam, I can't copy here, but in the paper-based exam, you can copy it from the passage and you can paste it to the answer sheet. Not the answer sheet, but on the screen. Okay, now we are going to look at a different one. Let me share the question with you from the chat part. It is not as they see in the chat. Yes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So maybe you can see it from the screen more clearly. Let's see it. Okay, we are looking at the question first. It says, complete the flowchart below, choose no more than 3 words for each answer. And when I see the flowchart questions, I can understand that the answers will come in order and I will look for the keywords. Let me see. Choose no more than 3 words for each answer. This is very important. Let me see. Let's see the doll restoration. Okay. Two main problems are 1 and 2. So I'm looking for 2 main problems, and most probably they will be nouns. 2 main problems like danger, blah blah, something. So it will be something and some nouns. 2. The head from torso. I don't know this one. Let's see. Clean the head with chemicals to eliminate something in something. Again, I can understand that that will be a noun. It won't be a verb, it will be a noun. Damaged teeth, fix it with a duplicate set. Okay. Recondition it, something and mechanism. Again, I will see some noun. Gave a fresh look to the doll. It will be a noun. And 8, dress doll in an authentic dress, in an authentic coat. So it will be a noun again. I will be looking for the noun. Can you see it from the chat part? Can you see the question from the chat part? Because if you can see it clearly, if you are okay, very good. Because if you can see it clearly, we will be just focusing on the text. Okay, question 1 was, let me see, 2 main problems. So I'm looking for the keywords like problems. I won't read all of them. There are 2 main problems. The eye mechanism has lost its original look and it has a loose head. So my students, can you give me the answer? What are the 2 main problems with the dolls? With the old dolls? Loose hand, very good. And there are 2 main problems. And you can write at most 3 words. Okay. Actually, there are 2 main problems. The eye mechanism has lost its original look. The noun here is the eye mechanism, because the eye mechanism lost its original look and it has a loose hand. So it makes my answer the eye mechanism or eye mechanism and loose head. Yes. You can just write it it doesn't matter where you write it. You can write eye mechanism to 2 and loose head to 1. It doesn't matter. They will both accepted as true. Let's continue. My other question, the head from the torso. Let's see. Head from the torso. The head from composition body. Then we, do you know the answer for the 3? What did they do to head? Yes, separated the head from torso. So, as I said, we are going on a process. There is a process. The writer is telling us the process of restoring a doll. So it is a flow chart. There is a flow here. Yes, 3 is separated. What was it? The loose head. And eye mechanism. Okay. 4, clean the head with chemicals to eliminate something and something. Okay. Then we separated the head from composition body. Okay. And chemically clean the head, removing all dirt and wax, but not harming the original artwork. Okay, my answer lies here. Do you know what is the answer? What altered and wax? Very good, Hanji. Let me see. Altered and wax. Wax. Did I write it correctly? Yes. Okay, let's continue. We did 4 and 5. Damaged teeth fixed with a duplicate set. Okay, reconditioned something and mechanism. Okay, let's see. Where yes, we repaired the missing porcelain teeth by making duplicate porcelain teeth to match the restained them. Then we took the original eye system and reconditioned it. What did they recondition? Then we took the original eye system, and reconditioned it. Do you know the answer? You can do it, Angie. Actually, the both answers are accepted. Maybe to be sure, and you can write 3 words. And if you don't want to take risk, just write all of them. Original eye system it can be. Because you can write up to 3 words and you can write. Very good. Gave a fresh look to do something and dressed the doll in an authentic. Let's see. Yes, we were here. We then did the waxing of the eye mechanism and reset the eye bar so the give a fresh look to the hmm. For the sorry, for the gave a fresh look, I think they use the restyle word. What a wonderful difference. This is a fresh look to the chemically clean and restyle the original mohair wig. Mohair, I don't know. But in here, you can write original mohair wig. But let's write original too because we can. So in here, the answer will be original mohair wig because for the uh, fresh look, they use restyle, the original mohair wig. Okay, let me see. Dress doll in an authentic. Let's see. Our sim our seamstress took over point with suggestion from the owner on likes and dislikes using original period designs. So for the original, I think they used the authentic word. So my answer will be period designs. Duh, duh, duh. I have completed 8 questions. This is very good, right? Yes. Yes. And I have completed my questions. Let me see. Are you ready to go to the next page? It will be a little bit more longer. Yes. Let me see. Can I make it small? Yes. Okay. This is one of the hardest one, but you will see it in this way in the real exam. These were all practice. Now you will see them how they will be in the real exam. In the reading passages, usually there are 13, 14 questions per a reading, per a text. So let me see. In this one, yes, I see Africa's problem. What is my title? Is aid hurting Africa? No, I can't believe I haven't read it. But in this one, we should write just one word. You should complete the flowchart with one word or a number. So if you write more than one word or one number, your answer will be accepted as wrong. Let me share the question with you too. Should I go like this? Okay. Let's go part. Okay. First, it says, let me see. Africa has a lot of people, something, and natural resources. So I can assume that for the 28, it will be a noun. Africa has a lot of people, resources. No, it says resources. Has a lot of something, something, and something. Yet it is still poor. Something. It is still devastated. So it will be an adjective or a noun. So it won't be yet it is still developing. It can be everything. Yet it is still developing. It can be everything. We don't know. Can I undo my message? remove. Yes. 29, it can be noun, verb, or an adjective. We don't know. 30. 30 goes to the Moyos theory. So please pay attention to the headlines too. It says Moyos theory. So I will just look for my answer not anywhere else but in Moyo. This is my keyword, Moyos theory. International blah blah is largely responsible. For the 30, it will be a noun. International academy is largely responsible. States now depend on it, and are corrupt as a result. Talented people have been drawn away from government. So it will be a noun again. By working for NGOs. If foreigners help, they ought to involve local governments more. I'm just making it up, by the way. So 32 will be a noun. African states should buy into bond markets and have a close relationship with, again, governments. So 33 will be a noun too. Okay, let's see this much now. Okay, 28. Africa has lots of people, something, and natural resources, yet it is still something. Oops. We don't know. We will see. Ah, yes. You are very quick. Yes, it is land. Thank you, Rajesh. Yes, Africa has lots of people, population, and it's rich land and natural resources. But you are very right. We are supposed to write only one word, and it makes my answer land. It is difficult to speak of Africa as a unit of states from each. How did you find it? You are, Anji, you are, yes, very good. The continent of Africa remains poor. Yes, it is in the first sentence. You are very good, my students. Yes, it is poor. And it is here. Uh, the continent of Africa remains poor, like in my question. What was it? Yet it is still poor. Very good. We are doing great. Let's see. Moyo's theory. International something is largely responsible. So I will look for the word Moyo. Why? Dambisa Moyo has another theory. Yes, çok güzel. Did aid. She proposed that international aid is largely to blame for African poverty. So, can you catch the answer? International aid is largely to blame for African poverty. Very good. So 30 is aid is largely international aid is largely responsible. Okay, let's see my questions again. International aid is largely responsible. States now depend on it and are corrupt as a result. Talented people have been drawn away from something by working for NGOs. Talented. Let me see. Because dependence and corruption and has diverted talented people from business. And I think it will make has diverted talented people from business. Let me see. Talented people have been drawn away from. Drawn away means like being more away, diverted. Can you catch the answer? Yes, Rajesh, very good. In the question, it says, let me see, drawn away, and drawn away means diverted, like being separated from it. Very good. From business. Yes. And 32, if foreigners help, they ought to involve local population. I'm just making it up. If foreigners help, they ought to involve local something more. Ought. Maybe for the ought they are using they have to, they must to. And local. These are my keywords. I'm looking for them. Hmm. Hmm, hmm, hmm. Hmm. It has encouraged dependency and corruption and has diverted one of her statistics from when aid Africa was highest, poverty rose from 11 to 66. Researches more creatively. I don't know. Let's continue. If you see the answer, please say to me too. Mm. Let's continue. Yes, actually. It is good to give you time to do the questions too, guys. So you can find it yourself too. And yes, Rajesh, it is communities. The president of Rwanda. It says more consultation is needed between a do-gooder and foreigners and local communities. So it makes my answer. If foreigners help, they ought to involve local communities. Yes. It says more consultation is needed between do-gooder foreigners and local communities. Yes. And in here, I'm looking for it was like 31. No, it was 32 more. And in 33, in the question, when you go from the chat, African status should buy into bond markets and have a close relationship with something. And if I find the answer from there, from the text, I should look before that in the text, because in here, let me continue from here. Moyo also suggests African nations increase their wealth by investment in bonds or by increased cooperation with China. So I can see my answer to that question here. So yes, and for the other question, I should look before that info, so I can maybe find it more. Yes, very good. Our answer is China. Yay. Let me share the other part of the question with you. Now we have finished this part. 31, 32 is continues from here, and I will be sharing this part with you too. Okay, let me see. Other scholars' theories. This is because Africa is unfortunate due to its poverty, due to its notion, so it will be a noun. It is a long way from international markets. Okay. Because its location, maybe I'm just making it up. It is also culturally and politically diverse. Okay. However, corrupt military government elites control most of the economy. Many African business people have left. There is little international boundaries, so it will be a noun. Something something communications and transportation remain underdeveloped. So again, it will be something, some noun. Numerous civil wars, mostly tribal, have been costly. From 1940 to 2000, there were any of these, nothings of this, we don't know. And with international aid, it says Africans would experience enormous debt. So it will be a noun too. Okay, let me see. We have finished the Maya's part. Other scholars. Again, Maya, blah, blah, blah. So we have finished that part. Now we are looking here. Let me see the question too. This is because Africa is unfortunate due to its something. Mm-mm. Okay, let's see. Yes, it is societies. This is because Africa is unfortunate due to its societies. It is a long way from international markets. In here, it says other scholars point out that Africa is dominated by tribal societies with military government elites. Joining the army rather than doing business was the easiest road to personal wealth and power. Unsurprisingly, military takeovers has occurred in almost every African country. Let me see. It is difficult, do you know? Yes, but it is okay. Unsurprisingly, yes, by tribal societies. So it makes my answer as societies. Let me see. So yes, and as I said, you can copy and paste it when you are in the computer-based exam. Okay, let's continue. It is also culturally and politically diverse. However, corrupt military government elites control most of the economy. Okay, many African business people have left. There is little international. And for the elites, I see here, huh, educated burghers has moved abroad. All over Africa, strongman leaders have ruled for a long time, or once unstable military regime has succeeded another. As a result, business separate from the military government is rare and international investment limited. Yes, it is investment. I can see the keywords here as investment, and for the elite they use the educated bourgeois, and in here my answer will be investment. Very good. I haven't read it, but it's okay, it is investment. Let's continue with the other question. Something communication and transportation remain underdeveloped. Communication, transportation, underdeveloped. Let's see. Hmm. I think it will be post-secondary education. Yes. Rates are low in Africa. Communication and transportation remain basic, although mobile fares are having an impact. So yes, my answer is here. It is education. If was two words, it will be secondary, post-secondary education. But because we can write just one word, it is just education. Very good, Rajesh. Let's continue. Numerous civil wars, mostly tribal, have been costly. From, I think I have seen it, 1940 to 2000, there were blah blah of this. Okay, I have keywords. Mm-mm-mm. Mhm. Here, tribal. My question was from 1940 to 2000, there were numerous civil wars, mostly tribal, have been costly. From 1940 to 2000, there were blah blah of this. So I think Southern Africa had 34 such conflicts from 1940 to 2000. So I think there will be a number for it. Yes, Rajesh, it is 34. Because in my question it says yes, 34 of these. And in my text it says Southern Africa had 34 such conflicts from 1940 to 2000. And last question. Without international aid, Africans would experience numerous. Let me send it to you. Let me see. Moyo. Hmm. Blaming the West for assisting with AIDS fails to address issues of continuous conflict, ineffective government, and little infrastructure, nor does it prevent terrible suffering. Has aid, whatever you think, Dambas Moyo's book has generated lively discussion with its fruitful to Africa. I think our answer is here. Untapped resources, but distance, diversity, and low population density contribute to there is no TV, blah blah blah. Nor does it prevent terrible suffering. So it makes my answer. Africans will experience enormous suffering. Yes. And this is my friend. We did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. And this is from a real test. So you will see this in the real test. And maybe there will be some two more questions, maybe like some short answer questions. And this is a passage section 3 test. So it will be one of the difficult ones. Yes. I know that they can be sometimes confusing. It is sometimes difficult to find, but look for the keywords, focus on the question type, and you will find the answer. And let me see, where is my classroom? Yes. From here, from the Clasital's webpage, do you see here it says library? You can go to library. Let me share the link with you. And you can find practice materials here. Let me see, reading. True, false, not given. It is from here. Yes, you can find our flowchart completion questions too. So it will help you to achieve your goal too. Yes. Do you have any questions to me? I think no. Okay. Thank you very much for joining to me today. We have lessons tomorrow. We have reading lesson and we have speaking lessons. Thank you very much too. See you at the next lesson.